Hey everybody, welcome back-ish, or welcome for the first time. Today I am going to be making a character for a campaign book called, I have a physical copy, I know it's backwards when I show it to you, Reach of the Roach God. Reach of the Roach God is a system-agnostic fantasy story set in a world called 1,000,000 Islands, and it's a Southeast Asian inspired fantasy world. It's really beautiful. This is by far the most beautiful game book I own. Amazingly well put together, full of really beautiful, fantastic art and cool maps. We'll be getting into these as we play. Now, I have not read this except for the first couple pages, and we'll be going through it together, reading it together as we play through the adventure. Now, I am going to be using some physical books for Old School Essentials, and we're going to make some alterations to some of the ways things work, especially in terms of character creation. The reason for this is because if you've never played Old School Essentials before, it's extremely, lethal, and you can die very easily. So in order to run it as a solo game, you really need to tweak it. Well, you don't really need to, unless you just want to make multiple characters and see how many survive, or how long they survive. But I'm going to be tweaking it. We're going to be playing the Necromancer class, and I'm going to make some alterations to the character creation as we go in order to make it more playable. So, first thing I need is Old School Essentials Classic Fantasy Characters Guide. Let me just bring up what I do first for the character. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is roll ability scores. It says roll 3d6 for each of your character's ability scores: strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, and charisma. So 3d6 is very low. I'm going to roll 4d6, and I'm going to keep them all, and hopefully I roll decently. And this is, like I say, one of those adaptations just to make the game a little more friendly to a single player. So 4d6. Not great. 2, 4, 6. So 11 strength. Yeah. So I have here, I go 11 here. Next was intelligence. Much better. Yeah. 11, 14, 15. And sorry that I'm using physical dice. I like dice more than rolling it online. And 9, 10, 11, 12 wisdom. 10, 13, 15 dexterity. That's good. And constitution. 10, 11, 12. And last one. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, not very good charisma. Alright, I need to go check the class for the expanding the magic user. Necromancy requirement minimum 9 wisdom. Oh, did I get 9 wins? Oh, prime requisite. Okay. Did I get? Yeah, I got. Oh yeah, my wisdom's 12. It's pretty good. Okay. Cool. Alignment, this and that. Okay. Should type in here Necromancer. Necromancer. Is that right? Yeah, it is. Okay. I think neutral. I think my character is going to be a woman who, level 1. I think she's going to sort of be like the arbiter, or like the person who is maybe like a priest type of character who like oversees the balance between life and death. And the reason that she's engaged in this is that she's been hearing that she's a foreigner to this land, and she is going to investigate an imbalance in the like the nature of life and death. So that will be really fun to like sort of explore this from her perspective, my perspective as a player, as someone who's new to this land and doesn't really understand what's going on. Okay, next step. Okay, this is interesting. It says adjust ability scores. If you wish, you may raise your character's prime requisites by lowering other non-prime requisites. My prime requisite is intelligence. By lowering other ability scores. For every 2 points by which an ability score is lowered, 1 point may be added to a prime requisite. The following restrictions apply. 1 strength, intelligence, and wisdom may be lowered in this way. Only strength, intelligence, and wisdom may be lowered in this way. No score may be lowered below 9. Some characters' classes may have additional constraints. Alright, one sec. Let's take a look at what we need here. Okay, so this is sort of like a metagaming moment. So I can take this down to 9. And let's see here, intelligence. Yeah, I can raise this to 16. That's what I want to do. That's all I want to do though. Because that doesn't really change my strength modifier, but it does change my my intelligence modifier, sort of. Not modifier, that's not the right word, but yeah. It basically gives me an extra language, native language, plus 2 more. Okay. Which is cool. And it doesn't change. Yeah, it's 2. Okay. Alright, let's see, what's next? Note ability score modifiers. Okay. Okay, so the modifiers, dex modifier to initiative, so dex. My dex is 15, so I get plus 1. Plus 1 to initiative, charisma reaction rolls. Charisma is 11, so I get nothing, 0. Just put 0 there so I know I did it. Listen at doors. Listen at door 1 and 6 or by class. I think it's just my 1 and 6 then. Open stuck door, strength, based on strength. Yeah, 2 of 6. Find secret door. 1 and 6 or by class. That'd be 1, and then find room trap. 1 and 6 or by class. Okay, that'd be as well. Base my movement rate. And okay. I think these are like if I was going to be using a grid and things like that, as well as like a hex map, and I'm not going to be. So I think I'm just going to leave these blank for now and put NA. Sorry, I got to change one of my dice out because they're not matching and it's really bothering me. You can't really, I guess you can sort of tell, but I can't have them not match. That's just so annoying. That's, yeah, sorry. Okay, now they're matching, and that's there. Okay, so I'm just going to put NA on these, because I think it's going to be a little more flowy than that, and more free-flowing. Alright, so that's good. What's next? Okay, it says note attack values. I'm not going to use Thaco, which if you've ever tried to understand Thaco, you know probably why I don't want to use it. It's confusing. But I will use Ascending AC, which is using Ascending AC, record your attack bonus on your character sheet instead of the attack matrix quick reference. So my attack bonus. Okay. Page 9, attack to hit. Attack rolls. When using ACC, the procedure for resolving attack rolls involved the use of an attack bonus instead. Score an attack matrix. Using ascending armor class results in a very slightly different attack probabilities, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, so let's see here for the Necromancer. So this is like the +2, the brackets are what I'm using. It says I get 0 to hit until level 6. I get +2. I'm going to change that. I'm going to give myself a +1 to hit. Otherwise, it's just really, really hard. So attack bonus, just 1. And that's that. Note saving throws and class abilities. Record any special saving throws. Okay. Oh, my saving throws are going to be here. Yeah, so so 13, 14, 13, 16, 15. Alright. So that's here. 13, 14, right? Aw, dang it. I gotta bring that one back. 13, 16, 15. Here we go. 13, 16, 15. Wisdom modifier to save versus magic. So, wisdom, magic saves. I have 15, so 1. There you go. Wisdom's modifier. Okay. Interesting. And the others are my saves. I gotta roll under these. Okay. Let's see what's next. Roll hit points. Okay. Let's see what it says on the Necromancer. Oh, those are the spells. So the Necromancer has a D4. Oh man, I just spilled all my dice all over the place. I'll be right back. Alright, instead of using a D8, or a D4, I'm going to use a D8, and I'm going to re-roll rolls of 1 and 2. So how do I roll this? Roll hit points. Determine your character's hit points by rolling the die type appropriate to the chosen class. For high or low, Constitution apply. Your character always starts with at least 1 hit point, regardless of con modifier. So, like, if you lose all your hit points, you just die. And so that's why I'm like, I think actually the thing I'm going to do, I'm going to say that I get 2d8 for each one. Wait, that's a D. Oh, this is a D12 or D10, whatever. So I'm going to roll 2d8 for my hit points because I don't want to be stiffed too badly. And I'm going to re-roll 1s and 2s. I know it might seem like cheating, but it's not because I'm the game master and the player. So I got a 7 plus 3. So I get 10 HP, which I think is very acceptable for a single player game. Oh, and plus for my Constitution, what is 12? Oh, nothing. Okay, nothing. No for that. Okay. And then choose alignment. I've done that. Neutrality. Note known languages. See languages. Page 15. All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah, cool. There's a lot of cool ones. Ooh, I'm gonna put. Is there anything that's like death? Most of these are. So languages. I'm gonna put human dialect. How many do I get? I think I get common +2 because of my. I'd also say that I probably. Oh yeah, yeah. native +2. So human dialect and... Ooh. So there's bugbear, doppelganger, dragon, dwarvish, elvish, gargoyle, gnoll, gnomish, goblin, halfling, harpy, goblinoid, hobgoblin, kobold, lizard man, minotaur, ogre, pixie. I mean, I'm just gonna make one up and use it thematically. I'm just gonna say that I speak death. Speak to the dead. Yeah, that seems fine. And totally in the spirit of the game I want to play right now. So, bully for me. Alright, let's see here. Note languages, buy equipment. Your character starts play with 3d6 times 10 gold pieces. Alright, I'm not going to change this. 3d6 times 10. Ooh, wow, I rolled really well. Whoops. 11, 16. Alright, so I have 160 gold, and I can buy equipment. Chosen mate, strict. Okay, yeah. Equipment, page 36. Alright. Venturing gear? What about weapons and stuff? Oh yeah, here they are. Wow, okay, there's lots of stuff. Well, I suppose I have a backpack. That would make sense. Alright, I'm gonna pick my items real quick and then I'll come back. Alright, it took a second to just fill out my my items. I do need to go down to gold. Where's my gold at? I'll put my gold. Not sure. I'll figure that out later. I have 85 left. So I got a backpack, rations for 7 days, 50 feet of rope, 6 torches, water skin, holy symbol like a ceremonial knife with runes on it. I thought sounded cool. A lantern and some oil. I have a staff, and this is me home brewing again. Scythe of Balance, so I imagine that I can sort of imbue it with a shadowy scythe moment to do an extra d4 damage. I also have a dagger. I've changed the damage profile from 1d4 to 1d6 just to make it roll better, and I have leather armor, AC 12, and what do I need to do next? Let's go back here to character creation. So I bought that note armor class. If your character has no armor, their base AC is 10. So I have AC 12. Where is our armor class? There it is. Let me think. 12. And I might... It doesn't really make sense for me to have a shield. It doesn't just it doesn't sound thematic and cool enough. But 12 is really bad, so I might actually make it better than that. Or I'm gonna say it grants a reaction roll plus reaction. So I'm gonna say that this is I'm gonna go back into my dice bag real quick. So my reaction roll is gonna be basically a d4 that I can roll whenever I'm the target of an attack, and whatever that roll is, I can add to my AC. Just for that attack. It sort of creates that moment of I'll roll this d4 at the same time I roll their attack, and then add it, so it sort of look like this tug and pull. I've always found AC sort of strange, where it's no one's just standing there waiting for them to get attacked, and then either they hit or don't, right? So there's no interaction. It's pretty stagnant of I attack, I missed. Bummer. But with something like this, it feels like a little more interactive. So I think that's cool. Alright. So I did that. Note level up XP. Alright. I have 0 XP now. What's my level up XP? This would be on here. 2,500. It's an awful lot. I need to get some gold. Next level, 2,500. Prerequisite modifier. You know, it's going to be arbitrary. I'm probably just going to make this up as I play, so I'm not even going to add that. It just doesn't make any sense. Spells, mounts, retainers, areas. Okay. And then name character. And that might be it. I need to pick a spell, I think, though, as well. I think I start with, yeah, 1 spell. Oh, I do get a spell book as well. I should put that here. We'll call it spell. I call it the Book of Balance. Yeah, that's cool. And then I'll put parentheses, spell book. Abilities, skills, weapons. Okay, oh, that's where you're supposed to put that? I put that in my equipped items. I think I can just copy and paste these. Yeah. There we go. I'll have to put my abilities in there in a second. Oh, my hit point. Oh, con modifier. 0. Max hit points right now is that. Unarmored AC. Oh, 10 plus dex. Oh. What's my dex modifier? I might actually have better... My dex is... Oh, plus... I get +1, so it's actually 13. But I'm still going to grant myself that reaction roll. I just think that sounds really cool. Dex modifier to armor class. 1. Melee modifier to melee and attack damage. Oh, it's going to be 0. Dex modifier to missile attacks. 1. Oh, maybe I should have a short bow. I don't think that's thematically appropriate. I don't think I have a short bow. Okay. Nera the Necromancer? It's a little too on the news, isn't it? Alright, let me think on this. Alright, I found it. Her name is Pim. That's it, just Pim. Alright, now I need to figure out abilities and skills. Okay, so what abilities do I have right off the bat? Arcane magic, combat, also essential for a necromancer of any level may spend time and money on magical research. This allows them to add new spells to their spellbook and to renew and to research other magical effects. When a necromancer reaches level 9, they are also able to create magic items, research spells. Okay, spellcasting. Carry a spellbook containing the formula of arcane spells, the level progression table. Okay, so I guess I just need to pick a spell of some sort, which makes sense. I only have 1 spell slot, so I think I only get 1 spell as of yet, which I guess makes sense. So let me go check those out. Okay, so I picked for my spell Deathlight. A single skull, skeleton, corpse, or undead monster is wreathed with flickering light. Light 15 foot radius may be of any color the caster chooses. An intelligent and undead monster may save versus spells to resist. Counters invisibility. The flickering light makes it impossible for the target to become fully invisible. It doesn't say within sight, so I think I could cast it. It's got a range of 60 and try to like feel out undead or dead things. So I think that's cool. So it says here that I have one spell. It says spells 1. I'm not going to put a limit on how many spells I can cast. I'm just going to use this as like what level and how many of each level I can have. Just because I think yeah. What are you doing? Sorry, my cat is on my lap and he's doing something weird, trying to get into my pocket. Weirdo. And look. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I think limiting me to a certain number of spells cast is really, really difficult. So I'm just going to say that I can cast as many spells as I want, as long as I know them, right? As long as they're in my book, and I think that's pretty cool. So I've got Pim is my character's name. Neutral Necromancer. There we go. Have that. I think that's it. It says name character. Finally choose a name for your character. You are now ready for adventure. Alright. So I imagine that Pim is like, she's gone to this place, the Thousand Island, because her like order, who maintains the balance between life and death, has felt something growing there. Something that upsets the balance is what I was thinking. So I think without further ado, we should like play a little bit, because I'm ready. You're probably ready to see what this book has in store for us. I'm gonna go through it with the PDF as I use the book. I just love books. I love books. I love the way they smell. And I love actual real dice. So, let's see. Reach of the Roach God. Now this is it says adventures and settings in 1,000 islands. It is a system agnostic setting. Let's see here. I'll scroll down too. This art is so fantastic. I love it. Introduction. In a world beneath the world, a god of vermin grows. The more he grows, the more he wants to grow. He will not be satisfied. He will not stay away. Already his feelers have brushed the surface. Already his children sleep in your bed. Who will stand against his coming? How can he be stopped? How ominous. What is this book? Okay, I don't need to read that. Before you begin, you will need to understand how to play a tabletop role-playing game, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm not going to read the parts because I think that might give some things away, so let's not do that. Reading character details. Characters in Reach of the Roach God are generally presented in the following way. Roach Soldier. Oh, okay, so this is like ordinary, frail, polearm craft, flying, abducting, chitin machete, chitin back. As tall as children and as chatty. Where did you come from? Are you good to eat? Where did you come from? Are you good to eat? As cruel as children. Their lives are hostile schoolyards. Better to bully than be bullied. They will test you, stab you. Does that hurt? Any injury they cause has a 2 in 6 chance of transmitting a roach malady. Page 233. Oh, well, that's interesting. Oh, here we go. Roach maladies. Oh no, eggs. I'm not going to read these yet. I'm going to find out when I actually get one. These details are presented in a rigid schema, as to be easily adapted to the mechanics of your favorite RPG rule set. The first word describes the power this creature wields in the world. Ordinary. Okay. Common folk, wild boar, venomous crate. Extraordinary, steroid, heroes. A fearsome ghost, a demon. Powerful saint kings, a city, god, an earthquake giant. Overwhelming sea goddess, world spirits, ancient divinities. The second word describes the health of this creature. Hale, muscular, vigorous, can take hits. Frail, unhealthy, brittle, goes down quick. Okay. Hale and frail, that's easy to remember. The third sentence is a list of 3 skills this creature is expert at. They should receive significant advantage whenever acting on a challenge in these things. That's the third. Flying, abducting. Okay. The fourth word describes the creature's attack. The weapon or body part they use to cause harm. Chitin machete, right? Or defend themselves. Can they be disarmed? Question mark. The fifth sentence is a list of the creature's defenses, armor, or protective charms. Every item on the list offers additional protection. Can these shields be broken? So maybe like I would think that this creature, it's got the chitin back, so the AC is a base of 10, just like a PC character or a player character, plus 1 for the chitin back. So maybe a AC of 11. That seems fair. Alright. Cool. Chapter 1. The Quiet Lake. A daughter haunted by her father's pain. Okay. I'm gonna read you a little story. Ella, Lela, and Odoyok. The demon Odoyok was born in a deep womb of the earth. His youth was an endless night, spent wrestling his siblings. Being smallest, he was often beaten. His brothers plucked all hair from his body. Shamed, Odoyok slunk away. He crept through squeezes his sisters could not fit, crawled up shafts they were too lazy to climb. He came to a cavern so vast, with seemingly distant glittering stalactites as pinpricks of light. For the first time, Odoyok saw stars in the open sky, and as he watched one star fell rushing toward him, Odoyok shrank, shielding his eyes. When he opened them again, a maiden stood before him. She was bare of feet, blush of face, and she spoke his name. Odoyok. Then she spoke her name. Elalela. The star Elalela took pity on the demon Odoyok. She kissed his wounds, salved his skin. As she did so, she taught him stories of language and war, of music and medicine, of temples and kingdoms. The demon Odoyok loved the star Elalela. The longer he listened, the more he loved. After he was healed and she stopped teaching, Odoyok touched her hand. He said, in the tongue Elalela taught him, "Wondrous star, I beg you, stay with me." But Elalela spoke, "Faithful student, you have learned the panoply of worlds under heaven. You need me no longer. Take my lessons. Live as a full person." Elalela touched his head and spread her wings, and in flying, returned to the sky and her sisters. Odiok wept alone. In his tears was his love for the star Elalela. He wept it all away. As he wept, he changed. His skin turned to shell, his belly bloated with pus, his limbs shriveled into spiny hooks. In the language of Elalela taught him, Odiok cursed every star in the open sky. Finally, when he could weep no more, his tears filled a wide lake. The demon Odiok left his love behind. He kept its absence as the one lesson with him. He returned to his siblings and the deep womb of his birth to live in endless night. Well, I'm sure it's going to be fine, right? That's fine. And I think this is where we begin. 2 days west on the river. Let's scroll down a little bit. Here's the story I just read you. People tell you they have seen a shape in flight at night. You hear something keening far overhead. All things hush. 3 breaths pass. Somewhere, a baby, startled awake, starts to scream. Okay, so we're on a boat. I think that much is clear. Pim is on a boat approaching a place. Everyone on the boat looks up. How many people are on the boat? There are 9 people on this boat. And I imagine Pim is sat across from this woman holding her baby. I imagine this cry came from the forest that you can see right here, right? And then this baby starts to cry. Pim looks over at the mother who carries her baby and looks at the man who told the story about Odiok and Elalela. Pim says, I don't think the infant liked the story much. And the man grunts and says, oh, well, that or the cry of some foul flying creature, I suppose. I wouldn't put too much stock in it, really. Pim says, right, I suppose not. Still, I've never been to this land, and that tale is strange and odd to me, and also foreboding. I come here not on a quest, but with inquiry, and I'm curious, are any of you locals to this land? So I think that brings us to our first oracle roll. Just a yes, no. 1, 2, 3 is no. No, they are not local. The man shakes his head. No. I come here for work. It's been too long, and I've been looking for a fresh start. So I came from my home to here. Hopefully there is something for me to make a living at. And the woman sort of coos at her crying baby and says, it's okay, sweetie. It's okay. Pim says, I did not know they had work here. What do you know of this land? Is there anything that you can share with me? I imagine that the boat that's coming in is maybe like a steamer, even. Like maybe this is a steam engine, like a steam boat, puffing out steam from its stack. It's like a little steamer. It's not big. And let's see. Let's make another roll because it's fun. Change, social, sword, sorcery, divine. Let's go wilderness and place. So the first time, 18, camp, and place, 6. Camp, keep. Let's see. Let me take a look at the book real quick. Well, the man says if it's hospitality you're looking for, I don't think you'll find it here. This is where we're headed. Is, by all I've heard, is nothing more than a small camp in the jungle. No keep, no castle. So I wouldn't expect to find much there if I were you. Pim nods, and the boat begins to pull into the dock. Alright. People begin to disembark. Pim with them, with her staff and her dagger and her backpack. And the first place they find, I think I'll go to the map actually real quick. Here we go. The village center. It says travelers sleep on the floor. This is Jinta's tea stall. Travelers sleep on the floor after closing time. But now the lamps are relit. Jinta is cutting nuts, folding them into betel leaves. I don't know what betel is. He's put a wine jug on the stove. Locals are arriving. They come armed. They will try to gossip their worry away. Oh, how interesting. Here are the locals. The boat pulls in. I imagine that it's like mid-afternoon, and whatever work is typically done is done in the mornings, and Pim and the rest of the passengers get off, and the man walks away and sort of maybe has somewhere he knows he's supposed to go, and everybody sort of heads out. Pim goes to this tea stall, and she sort of sees this Jinta, I imagine him as like a aging man, not old, but not young. He's bald and has a mustache, and there are, let's see, oh yeah, he's put the wine jug on the stove. Locals are arriving. They come armed. They will try, oh yeah, and there's other people in the place. They're armed. Now, can I find some gossip here? That's the real question. Oh, I mean, it says that they're coming here to gossip, so certainly. I'm certain that they can give me some gossip. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, here's like interesting. I imagine that the woman... Oh, okay. Here's like the places. Muson's boat, caulked with hex paper. Nobody aboard may tell a lie except Muson. Oh, how interesting. As they get off the boat, I think Pym turns to the woman. Hail. How interesting, drinking fighting hand axe protected. The woman with her baby gets out of the boat, and she also grabs a battle axe. Or hand axe, excuse me. And her bawling infant in the other. She goes to Ginta's tea stall, and she sees the man and goes over to him, and I think Pym sort of goes with her, sort of hovering. She says, Are you the proprietor here? And Ginta turns and, yes, I am. And the worried mother says, can you heat some milk and perhaps put a dash of wine in it? He looks at her axe and her bawling child and goes, yes, very good. That I'll have that right out. Pym sits down with her and she says, you've come a long way. You're not from here either. And the woman shakes her head. Pym says, I apologize, I am Pym, I am new here as well. The woman says, oh, this woman is from here actually. The woman says, my name is Laura, and I have not been here for a long time. I left my home years ago, and now I'm back. And Pym asks her, what brings you back? Laura says, I do not rightly know. I just felt like I needed to come back. I do not know why. Pym nods. She says, I have been sent here by my order, and to discover the nature of death in this land. And Laura raises an eyebrow. Interesting. Why would one want to study such things? And Pym gives her a sort of a non-committal shrug. And at that point, Ginta comes over. He's got his the mug of warm milk with a bit of wine in it, and let's see who else we could meet here for solo table. Social, and yeah, social, and talk. Oh, social talk. Yeah, okay, that'll do it. All right, so the first one, social, 14. Law, someone's talking of law. And the second one is talk, 9. Monologue. Yeah, so they sit for a moment, and then Pim overhears a man who's sort of on this rant, talking about the natural law of things. Things are changing. Strange things are happening around here. I cannot understand what's going on. It's not right. Like, there's a kid went missing, and who's going to look for them? I mean, Okay. There's unnatural things happening around here. Look at this. He's like showing his friend his thumb. He goes, look at that. His friend sort of recoils. Oh, God, put that away. It's filled with pus. He goes, I know, I pricked my thumb on it. It was a little spine or some such. I don't know. It's strange, but, strangest still is that kid that escaped it. I found it up on the roof. His friend's like, yeah. Okay, well, there's no... Goats are good at climbing things. Not this kid, though, I'm telling you. It doesn't make no sense. Something scared it up there, real right like. Doesn't make any sense for it to get up there by itself. And Pim is gonna settle over and he goes, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear. What is wrong with your thumb? And he pulls it out. She looks at it and it's this pus, sort of almost like a pimple, but it's giant, and he squeezes it a little bit and some pus comes out. And she goes, yes, that does look nasty. I am new here and I am in need of a place to stay, just for a little while. I'm curious if you know of any place like that. I guess this is the question. We're going to do the yes, no, and scenario. Will this guy give him a place to stay? No. Because... Let's go... Sorcery, 15, Bewitched, and Monstrous. Villain. I mean, I think this is pretty clear that something's going on with his thumb and whatever he touched to make it not good. Yeah. And he's like, sorry, I don't feel up to having company, that's for sure. Pim, very well, if I can do anything in return, please let me know. She returns to Laura. She says, well, it looks like your baby is certainly getting over his fussiness. That's as it should be. Alright, let me think here what's gonna happen next. Pim dismisses herself, I think, from the mother. Oh, Wellington. My cat is trying to attack my cords. That's not great. Dismisses herself from the mother and the child, and is going to head out into the village center to see what there is. So I think she'd wander this way and this way. So I'm going to see which one is she going to interact with here. We've got, so 2 will be even, 3 will be odd. That's a 2. So I'm going to interact with number 2 here. Number 2, goat shed. Oh, interesting. I just heard about this goat. Goat shed. Oh, okay. So, Pim goes over to this goat shed. She sees where the goat herder guy was talking about his kid. Kid is a baby goat, if anyone's confused about that. And she goes over and she sees this herd of goats that come up, and she sees that one has a bite on his neck, as if it made by mandibles. He festers after a day. Oh, roaches erupt from the wound. Blood spatters. That leads to Horsehead Cave. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is giving me like DM stuff as well. So how do I use this? This is always a practice of like, okay, this is what I'm presenting me with. But what I do know, I don't know if it's going to erupt. I think that's like a thing. But the largest billy has a bite on its neck as if made by mandibles. Okay, so I think the question is, can I give a wisdom roll to see if I know what type of animal or predator made this mark? That's a 13. I gotta roll under wisdom? Oh, no, I didn't. So I take a look, but I'm a bit confused about what that means. So then I think I'd go over to 3. Ginta's teeth. Oh no. Oh, that's number 3? I thought, wait, what's number 1? Oh, that's the boat, right. Okay. So I wouldn't go back to number 3, I've already been there. I think I'd wander up this direction and just keep my eyes out for people and try to figure out who I see. Let's use the some of this stuff. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh yeah, the common tools and that, plot twists. Okay, so adventure. At the start of each scene, see below. You ask yourself, is everything as I expect? And then roll anything, because everything revolves around you, but they can also feel very linear. Everything has to come from you. Plot twists are suggested changes to your adventure that tell you to make an unexpected change. At the start of each scene, if the answer is no, you roll once on each column of the plot twist. Okay, so we'll just go 1, 2, 3 is no. Is everything as I expected? No, it's not. Alright, so then I roll on each. So I got a 2, your PC. 5, changes the goal. Yeah, my PC. So Pim suddenly changes the goal. Okay, so her goal is to meet someone who can teach her about the nature of life and death in this area. But I'm afraid that hasn't... changes the goal. Your PC changes the goal. The goal for some are just survival. Oh, I think that's it. I see the man I was talking to on the boat who told the story of Odiok and Elalela. And he's walking up the lane here. Let's zoom in on this a little bit. Maybe he's like walking up this lane over here. I catch up to him and I say, Pim catches up with him and says, I hear you were looking for work, is what you said. I may be in need of your services if you are handy or sociable. He raises an eyebrow. He goes, you want to hire me to be sociable? She says, yes, I need you to do some things for me. I need you to gather any information you can about strange things that are happening in this small village, in this village center. And if you can do that for me, I can pay you five gold. I'll pay you a gold per piece of information. No, that doesn't make sense. That's not. No. I'll pay you 5 gold a day. He sort of puffs out his cheek and he goes, yeah, I suppose if you want to pay me 5 gold a day, I suppose that's not so bad. But I don't know. What if people need like a little bit of, what's the word? Coaxing. And he sort of goes like this. She goes, and I'll reimburse you for any gold you spend to get the best out of people. He goes, that's more like it. Alright. It's like, I haven't got much money right now though. And I think Pim rolls her eyes and we'll give him five gold. Oh, I had 85 gold. Where is the gold thing? Maybe it's just supposed to be in here? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. 80. So I had 85 gold, so now I'm down to 80 gold pieces. There we go. He goes off sort of with a pep in his step to find out more. Alright, here's like the different things about these different people. Locals know the story of Elalela and how quiet Lake came to be. They do not know Odoyok's name in their telling. He is always referred to as the ogre. Oh, interesting. Alright. So now it has this like sort of overview of around Quiet Lake. Alright, around Quiet Lake. So right now my goal is to figure out what's going on about this stuff. I think I need to have like something happen, right? So maybe I need to find a place to stay, that's for sure, or somewhere to camp. So I believe. Now I need the spread. Let's see here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrapped scrolling? No. Okay, one sec. Alright, there we go. Now we get, like, you can see the full picture here. So there's all these different places. and it shows the different pages that things are on, which is handy. Yeah. So then I think Pim is interested. What is Pim interested in? She needs to find information. So maybe that's the thing. Is more of like an exploring rule. Let's go see in this book. How does this work? Oh, I know. So Pim is going to begin asking around as well, but what she's asking for is a religious site. She asks about a couple other different people about whether there is like some holy site that people go to, because that's sort of her jam, like, and I think that would lead us to Starshine. 9-person sized megaliths and a circle and vague carvings formed by time. Recent honey and plant juice development by TV. Okay. And she asks around and stars shine is like if you're looking for a place to be connected with the larger world. You should go to Starshine. It is the place where the ogre met the star goddess Ela. Pim is a bit confused with that. The star goddess and the ogre. And whoever she's talking to nods. Yes, it's on the top of the grand place, high up. I think Pim is right. Well, I'm gonna go all the way up there. I need a place to stay first. Is there no one who might give me a place to stay? And the person nods and directs her back to Jinta's tea stall, because people sleep on the floor there. So I think that's when. Alright, Jinta. Iba's house. No. Jinta. She goes back there. I think Laura is gone, but many of the other locals are there and hanging around, gossiping. And Pim goes to Jinta. She says, "Excuse me, how much would it cost for me to stay here for some time per night?" And gonna give a charisma roll to see if maybe a reaction roll actually. Hang on a sec. Okay, interesting. The reaction rolls are mainly for are just for monsters, but I'm gonna use something similar to see if I can get him. I'd like to see how much he'll charge Pim to stay here. Okay, I got a 7, so it's pretty neutral. Or no, I got an 8. Yeah, pretty neutral. So I think that's fine. He's like, "Oh yeah, I just charge a gold a night, is all." And Pim will say, "Great, I'll pay for 3, if that's okay." He takes 3 gold. 76. Nope. 77. My goodness. Okay, there we go. She is given like a small space to put her things if she so chooses, but I think she'll keep her staff and everything with her from there on. I think she'd asked Jinta for whether there is anything he can tell her about what's going on in the town and the strange, anything strange. He shrugs and goes, "Oh, always strange things around here. Safe enough, though. The creatures come in. They don't bother us here. We're safe. We make our own happiness and whatnot. And yeah, it's fine. We're fine. Don't be stirring things up now, if you will. I would hate for things to get out of hand." Pim says, I am not here to cause trouble. I'm here to learn. For my order, the Grey, is the order from far off that concerns itself with the balance of life and death. And Jinta raises his eyebrow. Interested in the balance between life and death, eh? Tricky business, I say. And one that is perhaps more malleable than one might think. And Pim says, "I wholeheartedly agree. There's no doubt of that." Alright, I need to ask a question of the Oracle of Wellington. Don't. Let's see, where's my Oracle? Here we go. Oh my gosh. He's trying to... There you go. He's being a nut. He wants the Velcro strap that puts my headphone cord, that like straps my headphone cord up. Alright, I'm gonna ask, what is the problem with the village center? What's the problem? Because there is a problem, okay? And so I'm trying to marry this book with random generators, and I don't know how well it's gonna work, but we're gonna find out. So, monstrous place. Sometimes these types of things don't work out as well as I think they're going to. Okay. What is... Well, maybe the question is, what is Ginta's problem? And we'll go sorcery. 5. Demonic. Oh, okay. Ginta and... demonic and change. 1. Shift. Demonic shift. I think Pim realizes she's asking the wrong questions. She's asking about strange things. And she realizes, she says, "I'm sorry, Mr. Jinta. I think what I mean to say is, what was it like here? What was it like here when you were a boy?" and a gleam comes into his eyes, because he's not young. He's not a young man. He's aging. He's maybe in his late 40s or early 50s. And he goes, "Oh, what was it like when I was a boy?" Well, that's a very interesting thing to ask. And a dangerous one. For it was not so long ago, even, that our land was safer. Now there are things crawling from the forests and from the deep places of the world that wish us harm. Someone, I know not who, should deal with them. It is a dangerous place, these lands now, and everyone stays in town, in the town center, or and few venture out to Star's Shrine, or Galax, or Horsehead Cave. And Pim nods. She says, "What's in Horsehead Cave?" Hide in there. Wicked things. Things that only come out at night. And I think Pim will nod and say, I will look into these places. Thank you for letting me know about them. And I think that's where we're going to end our session today. Let's see. So, yeah. So, I think Pim will pick up sort of exploring Horsehead Cave or River Cave next time we play. I think this went alright. I think it'll get easier as I go further. It's difficult, I think, trying to marry random generation to a book that isn't necessarily random. Although now that I have, I think I was going about it the wrong way, and I think I figured out a way to make it work better. So the idea that she needed to ask what it was like when he was younger is, I think, really clever way to keep it going. And now encounters at Quiet Lake, and there's things like some adventuring that we're going to do next time, as you can see. I'm not going to read those. I don't want to read them yet because I don't want to ruin it for me. So she looks fun, and I hope this was interesting. Hopefully I will have another video made tomorrow or Friday for the One Ring. So if you haven't seen episodes 1 through 3 of the One Ring, the Shadowed Path that I'm playing through, I play a dwarf in those. Take a look. Check it out. Alright. Wellington says goodbye. Good boy, Welly. And we will see you next time.